let's go, let's go.
After today, the Lone Star state of Texas is becoming more and more of a thrill capital, with this morning having a giant announcement of a new Universal theme park coming to Frisco, Texas. I'm just as shocked as you are, but overall, this is insane news. Never did I think we would see a Universal in Texas, but yet here we are. The thing is, with this announcement, we have barely any information besides it being a family theme park. But with some investigation, in today's video we're going to break down everything you need to know about this new theme park that'll be opening up soon, and how it could affect Texas in the future. Before we get into the video though, if you're new here, welcome to the channel for all those thrill seekers. On JB Thrills, we cover any sorts of content related to theme parks and thrill rides, no matter where it's located. But if you happen to be a Texan enthusiast, this is your go-to channel for all Texas theme park news. Anyways, if you're a thrill seeker, you should definitely consider liking, subscribing, and tapping the notification bell to know when new videos arrive on my channel. Anyways, let's get into today's video. So yeah, like I was saying, Texas is getting a brand new Universal theme park that'll be located in Frisco, Texas. To give you some background info on Frisco, this city is located about an hour away from Dallas in North Texas. And from personal experience, Frisco is a beautiful city. It's pretty quiet, has lots of space, but it's also very modern. It's home to the FC Dallas Soccer Stadium, you have the Riders Field ballpark, and you even got the headquarters for one of the more iconic YouTubers, Dude Perfect. So yeah, Frisco has everything but a theme park. So I'm not surprised about this addition, but I am very surprised that Universal chose Texas, which could mean something that I'll explain later. But anyways, as for the theme park, it's pretty near to downtown Frisco, and honestly is the perfect entertainment venue for the city. But what about the info about the park? What type of rides will it have, and what will it look like? Well, with this announcement, we only got one picture for the concept art, and I'm sure there'll be more in the future, but for now we can dissect this and break down all the type of attractions that'll be there and discuss what they mean by family park. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off, we don't have the name for the theme park just yet, and that's mainly due to the fact that the park is years in the making. So of course, we're still in the planning stages. But what we do know is that the park will be centered for families and young children, meaning it won't be a thrill seeker park like over Texas or Fiesta Texas. Instead, it'll be along the lines of Legoland or even SeaWorld San Antonio. And while this might be pretty disappointing for some, I wouldn't get discouraged too quickly. All theme parks start small. For example, SeaWorld San Antonio was mainly family oriented, until eventually they got some bigger rides. And even some family rides are pretty fun, like Hagrid's at Universal. And speaking of Universal, they also were family oriented. They didn't have anything extreme for a very long time. And all of a sudden we have the Incredible Hulk and Velocicoaster. So yeah, give it some time and maybe we see some bigger attractions. Plus, it's not like it's a baby park or something like Sesame Place. Judging by the concept art, it'll have some really good attractions, and while not big, it'll be a great experience for the young ones and even park goers. So speaking of the concept art, now let's break it down. We look at all the attractions and lands coming to this new theme park. So starting off, like I said, there's no name for the park, but I do predict that the park will probably be themed to DreamWorks. And I say this because 1, the main entrance has a lot of cloud images, similar to the DreamWorks logo. The little circle looks like the moon from the DreamWorks logo, and the lands all tie into DreamWorks. How do I know that? Well, let's look at the land. Starting with the right hand side, that land is clearly themed to the IP of Trolls. The whole colorful theme with gardens is most definitely meant to be Trolls. And if you look to the top with the little houses, those also look like the houses from Trolls. And as for the attractions we'll see in this Trolls land, we could definitely see an eating area on the very bottom with the little chairs and a small water fountain. Then we also have a stage, probably for shows, which during the announcement, Universal did say the park would have lots of shows, so that proves that it's true. On the top right, if you look closely, you can see a bumper cars attraction with little lights, possibly themed to music, because it's Trolls. Towards the left, we can see a spinning ship attraction, again themed to Trolls. And in the middle, we have little troll houses, probably for kids to explore, with a small maze in the center. So yeah, that's Trolls Land. But now, heading to the top right, we're venturing into the world of How to Train Your Dragon. One of the attractions in the area looks to be one of those flying spinning attractions, obviously by How to Train Your Dragon with a dragon in the centerpiece, with another maze on the right, but this time bigger than the first one, probably to be more challenging. Surprisingly, that's it for the How to Train Your Dragon land, and it's definitely one of the smallest, because after those two attractions, you're headed into the land of Kung Fu Panda. And you can tell for sure judging by all the colors, and some of the towers with the little buildings have some Asian architecture, similar to Kung Fu Panda. Now as for the attractions here, we just have an eating area and a giant building. This could be the building for a new show, Or maybe it's an indoor attraction, maybe one like Justice League Battle for Metropolis, or the Ninjago ride at Legoland, or just a regular indoor attraction themed to Kung Fu Panda. This one's hard to predict because it's just a building. Also, there appears to be one more attraction in that area, which is hard to see, but it's a little tower attraction right there. While some may say it's a drop tower, I don't think it's that because there's already a drop tower in another part of the park. Personally, I think that little tower attraction is similar to the ride in Dollywood, where you pull the rope and drop down. And from personal experience, that ride's actually pretty fun. Next to the Kung Fu Panda Land, we find the Shrek Land. We can tell by all the forest colors, and because of the whole fairy tale theme, looks pretty prominent here. That middle section with the giant tree looks to be a stage, or another indoor attraction. Again, I can't tell well. And in the center we have some sort of island, maybe with a play structure, similar to Tom Sawyer's Island at Disneyland. And again, this is proof that it's the Shrek Land by the little sign with an X on it, just like in the Shrek movie. Now what about the lake that goes around it? Well, that's actually the centerpiece attraction of the theme park. In the very middle of the park, we have a water attraction where you can go on a boat, and the boat will take you on a scenic route all over the park. It's unknown whether it's a transportation attraction or something similar to the Universal Studios tour, but on water. But what I can definitely tell is it'll be highly themed and a lot of fun. Moving on to the left side of the park, on the top left, we have an IP that's not DreamWorks, but it is Universal, which is Jurassic World. You can definitely tell judging by the literal entrance to the area being the iconic Jurassic World gates. Then of course you have the John Hammond Center in the back, kind of like an Islands of Adventure. Sadly, while there is no Velocicoaster, we do have some attractions in the land, which appear to be a drop tower, a play structure, and of course the John Hammond Center, which might be a restaurant, and a lake that goes around, meaning the boat attraction might tie in with this, or the Jurassic World could be a stop for the boat. Also, one more thing to note, in the expanded version of the map, behind Jurassic World, there's an area that's darkly shaded, but obviously something is there. To me it looks like a fort or treehouse with a slide on it. Maybe it's for a future expansion, which could be Camp Cretaceous. And now for the final section of the park, we have the land of Madagascar. How do I know this? Well, the whole area is surrounded by regular looking trees, as in trees you'll see in the park. And if we're talking about parks, the location of Madagascar is in Central Park. Also, one more key thing that makes me think of Madagascar is the 3 tunnels in the back, because if you've seen the Madagascar movie, those same 3 tunnels are there. So yeah, this is definitely the Madagascar land of the park. And it's another DreamWorks IP. As for the attractions, there's 3. We have some sort of swing attraction in the center, which is obviously small, maybe like a small pendulum attraction or small swing. On the very left, we have a water fountain play area, and in the top, some sort of play structure or mini water park. Again, surrounded by some restaurants, sitting areas. And as for the buildings in the back, that might be a store, maybe a passageway to get to the other part of the park, or a show. Again, the buildings are really unknown. But yeah, those are all the lands and rides from what we see for the brand new Universal Park that's coming to Frisco, Texas. What I do find interesting is that we have no roller coasters in this park, not even a kiddie coaster. So hopefully when the park opens, maybe that's their next addition. And as for when this park is opening, there is no official date yet, but news state that this new park will open in probably 4 years. So we might be looking at a 2027 opening date. So yeah, it'll be a while. Luckily, I live only 33 minutes away from Frisco, so when construction happens, I'll be able to track the progression of this theme park and post some construction updates. And when some new information drops about this new theme park, if you subscribe to this channel, you'll be the first to know. So definitely keep that in mind. Anyways, I'm super excited about this addition, even if it's a small family park, because overall, this proves my prediction that Texas is the next state to become a thrill capital. They have so much space, and with more and more people moving to Texas, how could you not have a theme park here? This also means that over Texas, Fiesta Texas and SeaWorld San Antonio need to step it up fast. Otherwise, they're going to be left in the dust. But yeah, I'm super excited on the future of theme parks in Texas, and can't wait to see what's next. Anyways, thank you for watching. This is JB Thrills, signing out.